Hyperion Audio presents She Walks in Beauty, a woman's journey through poems. Selected and introduced by Caroline Kennedy. Performed by Hope Davis, Jane Alexander, Campbell Scott, and John Bedford Lloyd.
She Walks in Beauty. George Gordon, Lord Byron. She walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. Thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear, their dwelling place. And on that cheek, and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent.
Hi, this is Caroline Kennedy. Introduction. This book began around the time I turned 50. Like my friends who had been there before me, I dreaded it for months and was relieved when it was over and life seemed much the same as before. One of the nicest things that happened was that 3 friends sent me poems to mark the occasion. One poem was about love, one helped me cope with loss, and the third spoke to ways of being. I kept them and passed them on to others when the time seemed right. To me, that's the gift of poetry. It shapes an endless conversation about the most important things in life. Creating an anthology of poems centered around the stages of a woman's life still seems like an unlikely project to me. I have shied away from the personal genre of literature and never thought that growing old would be something I would do. Perhaps that's because in my family, my cousins and I still refer to our parents' generation as the grown-ups, although most of us are in our 50s. But there seemed to be something profoundly different about hitting the middle-age mark, a sense of accomplishment, an emotional reckoning, and a feeling of renewed possibility about the future. All that and a tiny terror of sliding.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?